Take 4. Alright guys, so today's video, I'm actually scrapping the entire topic I had for the first 3 takes. That's why my voice sounds kind of bad, because I've been talking for 18 minutes 3 different times. So, a lot of talking at once, not very good for the body. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. We're having a great day today. So today we're going to be talking about kind of a topic that's generally for all car enthusiasts, and it's why it's okay to be unique, why it's okay to build unique builds. The car community itself has been very toxic in the last few years. It has been filled with a lot of immaturity, a lot of hate, and you know, a lot of people talk about this in depth, about how the car community is now. And it's not the same as it was in the 2000s. Everyone was so welcoming to have, you know, a base model Civic with a single cam in it as they were for the latest Corvette, the C5 at the time. And the community now is a lot more diverse. You have people like myself who are building, you know, wacky stuff like an Explorer Sport Track, or even people who are building, you know, more mainstream kind of cars, stuff like GTIs. Oh, you didn't buy the Golf R. WRXs are a pretty good example of this. STI guys commonly don't look at guys who own WRXs because it's not the STI. You get people that have, you know, V6 Challengers, the V6 guys. You know, my dad is a V6 guy. I love the V6 community. You know, so I mean, you should have bought the V8, dude. Why'd you get the V6? You're wasting your money. If you can't be an enthusiast if you own a V6, you know. And today's video is just about, you know, the kind of people like that. The people in the V6 community, the people in, you know, the slightly lower trim community. Because, you know, with every car, there's a higher trim level. People are going to hate that you don't have the top dog. People with S2000s are going to get hate because they don't have a CR. People with Scat Packs are going to get hate because they don't have Hellcats or Red Eyes or whatever. People with base model V6s are going to get hated because they don't have the RT, the SS, or the GT. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's about doing what you love. If you're an enthusiast, you should respect all cars, right? So it should be okay to build stuff that's a little different. You know, there are people out there that are building Acura MDXs and slamming them on air. There are people out there building PT Cruisers that aren't the GT and having a blast. People like me who are building trucks that are meant to be back and forth A to B cars, like the Sport Track that's behind me, and building it to be fun. And it's okay to be unique. What's so bad to the community about being unique is that it's different. People hate difference. As someone with autism myself, I can confirm that it's, you know, it's a big deal to not be different, or to be different. People are gonna hate because you're not the same as everybody else, and I don't get why. You know, it's a big thing, and this can apply to the car community or life in general. You know, if everyone had the same idea, it would be a boring place to live. You know, if everyone was the same, if everyone had the same car taste, if everyone who lived in the world, whether you're 8 months old, 8 minutes old, to 8,000 years old, if that was even possible, you know, let's say 80, 90, 100 years old, had the same car taste. If everyone liked the Supra, it would be kind of boring. Who would enjoy cars like the V6 Challenger, the V6 Camaro, or the 2.3 Mustang? Who would enjoy cars like the Neon SXT? Who would enjoy cars like the base model Audi A1? Who would enjoy cars that are like cars, you know, like the base model Impreza 2.5 RS? Who would enjoy cars that are a Ford Ranger, a Sport Track, a Chevy Avalanche, the Honda Ridgeline, the Toyota FJ? What's the fun in everyone liking the same car, having the same ideology, and being like, you know, this is us. We're a car community. We only like the Civic, the Supra, the NSX, the R35, R34, Mustang, Camaro, Challenger. Bam, that's it. If you don't have one, you're not welcome. Sucks to be you. Go die in a hole. That's kind of what the community is now. If you don't have a certain car, you're hated. And you're not a real enthusiast if you don't own these kinds of cars. And it's always been something that's bothered me with the community. And, you know, obviously now more than ever, the community is becoming more and more diverse. People are buying different cars. People are buying Dodge Stratuses and Sport Tracks and, you know, all these other unique cars and building them first, like, you know, because they're getting inspiration from others. Now, I don't find myself to be inspiring others. If people find me inspiring, you know, I'll take that as a really good compliment, but I don't find myself that kind of person that would be, you know, I'm not trying to inspire others to do stuff, you know? My goal is to entertain and, you know, to be there for the people that don't have the unique stuff. People who are like me and chose to build a Sport Track edible cars when they could have gotten a Civic for the same price. And it's okay to be unique. People don't realize that now with the car community. The car community is so divided by, you know, status. And as a sociology minor in college, I learned a lot about class and a lot about status. And, you know, while I'm no expert, you know, I'm not a sociology major or anywhere near the psychology field, I feel like I know a good bit enough to talk about it. And class is a big deal. I mean, I did a whole paper on class this year. And part of it was talking about cars. You know, I got to talk about how, you know, the rich people drive the Ferraris and Lamborghinis and look down on those who drive a Ford or Chevy to work every day. And the people who are in the middle, who drive Mercedes and Maseratis, are looking down the people who are driving Hondas and Nissans to work every day. You know, so I mean, it's like, you know, all these people, it's just hate down the ladder. And unfortunately, the car community is pretty divided now. Like I said, if you don't own one of a certain type of car, if you're a domestic guy, if you're not driving a ZL1, a GT500, a Hellcat, or a Demon, you're kind of hated for it. Even the guys who have the models that are considered to be good by the community, the Camaro SS, the Mustang GT, and the Charger RT and Scat Packs, for example, from the domestic side. Even those guys get hate. Oh, you didn't buy the ZL1. You didn't buy the GT500. You didn't buy the Hellcat. What's wrong with you? You're wasting your money. If you wanted power, you should have got one of those. You would have had a warranty. And I was actually watching today a YouTuber name of, I believe his name was 86 Face or 86 Fast, has a V6 Challenger. And he made a video a couple years ago, which oddly enough was commented by Just the Six, which I thought was kind of funny. I did not expect to see him there. But was, you know, talking about why he built a V6. And there were so many comments, oh, that's cute, you should have still bought the V8 though. V8's still better than the V6, no arguments can be made about that. And, you know, it's something that proved to me that there's still a lot of hate in the community. And also, I apologize for the audio quality. There's a reason I'm not running the Rode mic right now. If you can tell behind me, it's very windy. But the community is so divided now, and it drives me up a wall. Because there's nothing wrong with owning a car that's different and having fun with what your platform is. Being a car enthusiast isn't constituted by what you drive, but how you enjoy cars as a hobby. If you go out and love driving, you know, your Grand Marquis to work every day, and you have, you know, air suspension, an exhaust, and maybe even a supercharger on it, you're going to get hate because it's not, you know, the Marauder, it's not the Mustang. You know, you didn't buy the cool car. And at the end of the day, do you find it cool? In your heart, do you think when you go outside and look at that Grand Marquis or whatever you have that you own that isn't what everyone else drives, do you go out there and think, man, that is a cool car. I'm so happy I have this car. I love this car. Then you're a car enthusiast. You spend your time modding cars in the garage, regardless of what it is, you're a car enthusiast. It doesn't take owning an oddball car, like say, like even my mom's Equinox beside me. I'm willing to bet there's someone out there that has bought a Chevy Equinox like, I want to get into cars, but I don't have the money to buy a Camaro. I have my mom's Equinox that was handed down to me. Let me have some fun with it. I'm going to modify that because it's what I have. And that's how the car community should be. It shouldn't be about, hey, you're only cool, you're only a car guy, you're only in the elite club if you buy the Golf R, the STIs, the Evos, the GTRs, the Supras, the GTs, the SSs, and the, you know, the RTs, and, you know, I could go on all day. You know, that's kind of what the car community has come to. It's like pretty much a 60-40 split. Maybe even a 70-30 split. 70% of those kinds of people that are like, you need to be an elite, you need to have an elite car to be welcome to the car community. You can't have something that's basic or a commuter car. You can't have a Kia Optima and be expected to join the car community. That's kind of what 70%, possibly even more, of the car community is like now. 30% of people are like, I'm building what I have, I'm building what I could afford at the time, and I got into cars a little late. Or people like me who just wanted something different. Something that was like, you know, I see all these people with WRXs and stuff running around, and all these guys with Civics and CRXs, and, you know, insert other cars that can be bought for under 10 grand now. But I want to do something a little bit different. And that was kind of my method. And that was kind of my thinking. That was my mindset, was doing something that was odd and doing something that's not everyone does. So at the end of the day, is it okay to build something unique? Of course, because I've said this time and time again, and that's the whole point of this video. Being a car enthusiast is not you know, defined by what you drive. If you drive a Challenger V6, cool, and you enjoy modifying it, cool, you're a car guy. You drive a Mustang 2.3, cool, you're still a car guy. You drive a base model Mazda 3 with the tiny engine in it, and not even the naturally aspirated 2.3 or the speed, cool, you're a car guy. Welcome to the club. You drive a Dodge Stratus, nice, welcome to the club. You drive a base model Impreza with the CVT, nice, welcome to the car club. You know, it's not about being so divisive and being, you know, you don't drive the cool car, you're not in the club. You know, this isn't a fraternity. This is a family. We should act more like it. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.